Canada ranks among the worst countries in the developed world for bullying, according to the World Health Organization. Sadly, those rates have stayed relatively consistent over the years, even though the alarm bell has been rung that we need to be doing better. Our next guest learned firsthand what it's like to have a child being bullied, and she joins us this morning with advice and tips for parents on how to help their child survive the experience. Laurie Flasko joins us now. Laurie, thank you very much for coming in this morning and talking about it. Tell us a little bit about your personal experience with your daughter.
When my daughter was in grade 8, her group of friends, some best friends, things changed, and overnight, bullying started first day of school, and it continued and continued. As a parent, I wasn't aware of it, and it just escalated until she wouldn't go to school anymore.
Now, when you look back, were there signs that you didn't know, or you didn't know what to look for?
Absolutely. As I said, it was months later. You know, when you're looking at your child and their signs, sometimes they're very subtle, and it's also they're teens, so you think some of this is natural. Being secretive, not being interested in school, marks dropping. My daughter lost a significant amount of weight. I didn't recognize it because you see her every single day. They start to miss school, and they've got a cold or they've got a flu. In her case, her migraines escalated and just couldn't get out of bed. You might see changes as far as friendships, friends not coming around, and those types of things. So just some subtle things, and making up excuses. She would say, I'd say, where's your friends? Oh, Mom, they're busy. They'll come on the weekend. So there was that secretive piece, hiding internet, things like that, and messages, as well as making up stories.
And how do you deal with it? Now that you've seen it, you recognize those things, what's some of the best things that parents can do with that?
First of all, as a parent, it's one of the toughest things to go through because it's not an easy solution, and in many cases, it's not a quick fix. The best thing, I think, is recognize your anger, recognize what's going on inside of you. You need to, you're the one that is your child's advocate, and I think that's first and foremost is you're the one that's going to be speaking with the school, you're the one that's going to be getting a safety plan and following up, but also making sure that your child is safe and taken care of as well. So that advocate piece, knowing what resources are in the community, knowing what resources are in the school, how to maneuver that, it takes time and effort, but it's absolutely crucial.
And why are we seeing the bullying rates? I mean, we put so much focus on it, yet the numbers have not changed.
I don't know. Actually, the numbers have gotten worse. When I first started looking at this, 1 in 5 kids are bullied. Today it's 1 in 3 and sometimes more. So I don't know what the reason is. There has been a shift, though, and I think it's important to recognize that and start looking at some of the skills very early for our children in order to be healthy.
What are some of the things you can pass on to your children, especially at younger ages, that will help them get through bullying or avoid it?
Well, I'm not sure the avoiding. We had, some conversation we were having earlier is we often think that it's a child that has low self-esteem or, that gets bullied, and sometimes that's the case. However, somebody very confident can get bullied. Somebody that already has, those resiliency skills, that same thing can occur. I think what's really important is that parents do that awareness. Parents fill their home with really positive things, with teaching kids how to deal with conflict, teaching kids how to be confident, practicing, doing all of those, being a role model for your child also in what's going on in your life. Filling and having happiness, having joy, all of those things are really important in the home, which also goes into the school.
And you have your book. Let's just have a quick look at that.
Yeah.
And that's about your experiences and what parents can do, is it?
Absolutely.
And where can they get that book?
They can email me directly. So if they Google "bullying is not a game," they'll get my email, and I can send it out that way.
Laurie, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much.
Great timing on this conversation. For more info, go to breakfasttelevision.ca.